have to go back to your operational team who is actually managing it, not your IT team.
I'm Alexander Truuvert. I'm Technology Research Analyst here at Global Water Intelligence, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Amrutha Venugopal here, who is Head of Water and Wastewater Business at Siemens Global. Amrutha, how have you been enjoying the Global Water Summit in Madrid so far?
It's been absolutely fantastic. A very, very energetic environment here. It is great to meet customers, partners, and quite a lot of stakeholders who share the same passion in the industry. And it's very rare to get everybody to a single place and have that opportunity to interact with them so closely. This is an additional bonus since I've been in the role from January, and getting to meet so many people in such a short amount of time, it's been absolutely great.
I'm so glad you've enjoyed it. Thank you. And here at the Global Water Summit in Madrid, the theme this year is delivering the water transition. When you hear the word delivering, what does it signal to you about where the technology stands right now?
That's absolutely a wonderful question. I think delivering is a very deliberate word. Our industry, like water industry, we have been talking about the problems, the challenges, and the solutions associated with it. But I think this is a time to act, to deliver. We have been challenged with a few of the structural aspects of, let's say, supply-demand gap, or the workforce going towards the retirement, or let's say even the pressure of energy and climate change that is happening. So with these structural pressures, it's accelerating even more. So for me, delivering is, yes, it's time now to deliver at pace, at scale.
I'd be curious to hear how you translate technology shift with AI into something that resonates with the water sector. Because ultimately, utilities are going to be the ones who have to trust and use the technology every single day.
That's a very interesting question, especially the trust part of it, right? If I have to make it extremely simple, it's almost like, assume that you are an operator in a plant and there is an alarm that goes off. Today, what is happening is you look through the dashboard, you look through hundreds of charts that is there, and try to see what is the problem. If you don't know what the problem is, you call up your superior or a expert in the topic to see what action you need to take for the alarm that is generated. When it comes to generative AI, this is where you get more accessibility to the knowledge base and know-how by just asking in simple, natural language, what should I do? And basically, it gives you recommendation. You can choose, do you want to go ahead with the recommendation or not? And that's a lot of empowerment if you think that the operator has in terms of being closer to execution.
Yes.
Rather than the consumer of, let's say, the information that is being generated. And that's the shift that we see. But how much people will appreciate, accept it, goes back to the trust. So it's the credibility of the recommendation that comes in, and that comes from not just having a generic model, but models which are based on domain expertise and know-how, foundational models which are generated based on that. That gives that credibility, and once people get used to it and proves the value of it, then you have the trust and operators tend to use it more. This has been our experience when we actually talk to the utilities.
Yeah, and that trust question is critical because utilities are currently managing critical natural infrastructure. The stakes of the wrong decision are definitely very, very real. I was wondering, when utilities come to you and say, we understand the potential, but we don't really know when to begin, what is your practical advice?
See, I think we have to start with the problem, what the pain point really is, not with the technology or the platform or the solution that is there, And how do you do it? You have to go back to your operational team who is actually managing it and ask the leadership, where are you facing the most problems? Not your IT team, yeah? In our view, it should be the operational team who does day-to-day business to ask, where are, let's say, the most delays that are there in decision making? Or let's say the question could be, where do you have too many people, doing a certain activity, or too few people who have the know-how to do certain activity? To identify what are the bottlenecks and the real pain points which can move the needle. Once you have that, you have clear list of use cases that you can focus on, and go big in terms of having first deployment and successes, which proves the value of it. So, in my view, it's not another strategy that you need to do, but honest results out of picking few topics which can really move the needle and build on that.
So Siemens is positioning itself as a company covering the full chain, from sensor to all the way to full agentic AI. It's quite a bold claim. What does that end-to-end capability unlock for at a strategic level for utilities? Because I sense there's a bigger prize beyond the individual efficiency gains right here.
See, if you look at it, we always, or let's say we have been traditionally looking at water as a linear topic, yeah? And what, in my view, the whole end-to-end integration facilitates is to look at water as a cycle. So everything starting from the, let's say, desalination or water resources, water treatment, all the way to, let's say, distribution of water, usage of water, wastewater treatment collection and wastewater treatment and the reuse of it, right? When you have all of these systems connected to an integrated management concept, what you facilitate is to look at water as a cycle and to see the effects of it. So if you are, for example, as a utility thinking that you need more supply, yeah, when you are expanding the capacity of your treatment plant, that has an effect on the distribution system. That has an effect on everything downstream that is happening. So how do you foresee that and plan accordingly and, overall manage water resource as a cycle? This is what it ultimately would facilitate. So it's not just about, as much as we like to talk about sensors and automation systems and applications on top and, now AI agents to actually facilitate it, it's also promoting how to look at water more as a cycle.
Yeah, not just the individual different parts, but putting it all together as
Yes.
one. It
Yes.
makes a lot of sense. Thank you. And just to close, I want to ask you something a little more personal. You're here at one of the most important gatherings of the global water sector. What is the one thing you want every leader in the water sector to really take away from this conversation?
I think it's like I started with, it's time to deliver at pace, at scale. And this is also for me personally, like I said, starting in the role, deliver at pace, at scale. So that would be my take on this, as well as what I would propose to other distinguished members in attending the conference.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.